Today's headline is, Was Not Doubted. John Dickinson known as Patriot despite actions. The subheadline says, refused to sign Declaration of Independence, but fought for cause both in field and in councils of state. It says, John Dickinson, a Patriot member of the Congress of 76, who opposed the Declaration of Independence, died at Wilmington, Delaware on February 14, 1808, at the age of 74. Dickinson came of English Quaker stock, his ancestors having left England in 1654 to escape imprisonment as nonconformists, observes the Washington Post. They settled first in Virginia, later removed to Maryland, and still later to a plantation near Dover, Delaware. William Killen, a young Irishman who afterward became Chief Justice of Delaware, had the direction of young Dickinson's education until he was sent abroad to study law in the Middle Temple, London. His first public service was as a member of the Assembly from the lower counties, as Delaware was then termed, and later as a delegate from the city of Philadelphia. During the initial years of the War for Independence, he was a delegate from Delaware to the Continental Congress and was a recognized leader. Few contributed more to the movement for separation from the mother country than did Dickinson, and especially through his writings under the pseudonym of a Pennsylvania farmer. And yet he denounced the Boston Tea Party as revolutionary and contended that the tea destroyed should be paid for. Notwithstanding all this, his patriotism was never doubted. He drafted the famous Declaration of Causes for taking up arms, also drafted the first letter to the king, and the address to the people of America. He opposed the Declaration of Independence on the ground that it would not strengthen the colonies by one man or by the least supply, that it would expose the soldiers to new cruelties, that without some trial of their strength, they ought not to risk an alternative where to recede would be injury and to persist would be destruction. He declared the document to be a menace to England, an affront to France, and to cause a dissension among the colonies themselves. When the crucial moment came, the opposition melted away, but Dickinson simply absented himself and persistently declined to sign the immortal document. His opposition to it defeated his re-election to Congress, and when at a following election Delaware named him, he declined to serve. He did not sulk, however, but strove for the cause both in the councils and in the field. As president of the Annapolis Convention, he was the author of a report to Congress commending a constitutional convention, and as a delegate to that convention, insisted on the states, regardless of area or population, being equally represented in the Senate. He had several important military commands and rendered efficient service as an officer in the field. His voice was ever against slavery, and he was an early advocate of the emancipation of the slaves of Delaware and against the extension of the institution in the territories. Dickinson was a positive character and encountered greater personal risk in the cause of freedom than many who championed the cause. This story came from the great state of Michigan, being reported in the Wakefield Advocate of July 14, 1917. Thank you for joining us today. If you want to continue to uncover all of America's lost and forgotten history, then remember before you leave to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and remember to like and comment below. And we will see you next time on Americana Archives.